What is going on, Geminis? Butch Tarot here. I am going to do your 1 week read. It is a general read, so it may not resonate with everyone. It is for your sun, moon rising, and your Venus. For all you cross watchers, roles can be reversed. Always feel free to comment down below. With all that being said, let's get it. Universe, what message do we have for Geminis? I am sorry. This will all make sense to you very shortly. First thing that I see, Gemini's, is I feel like they're this person, and I feel like it's a new energy. For some of you, this is someone you just met. For others, this may be someone you're going to meet, but very shortly, if you haven't already met them. But with this person, what I'm getting is, I'm going to try to get to it. I feel like this person saw you. They were very physically attracted, and I feel like this person came in to this connection with a little bit of a player energy. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like this person was really into you physically. They found you almost irresistible. But I feel like there was like this person coming in thinking they were going to play some sort of game, hit it and quit it, something casual. But very quickly, I feel like they realized something they hadn't planned for. I mean, we have open communication, so I feel like this person just discovered something about you that a lot of people don't realize, because Geminis are they can be very aesthetically pleasing. And maybe I'm biased because of my history, but there's a draw to it. You're just kind of drawn in. But the problem with this person is they thought they were coming in and they had some sort of upper hand, or they were going to play some sort of game. But that flew out the window pretty quickly here. Like, I feel like this person, I feel like they realized there was so much more to you than the looks. The looks is kind of like just bringing you to the door. Is what the rest of it that makes you want to stay. I feel like in this communication, like I feel like this incredibly deep conversation between the two of you. And I feel like it just very blunt and honest, very direct, very intelligent. They weren't prepared for this. This is what I was laughing about, because this person thought they were coming in and they were going to play some sort of game and get what they want and get out. But what they discovered is something much deeper. I feel like, I see this as a friendship first and foremost. I feel like this person really connected with you, And I feel like we start off more in a friendship than what they thought. They had a game plan. They thought it was going to start the way they wanted to start, but they didn't realize that they weren't running the party, you know? But like I said, I feel like there's a very strong connection between the two of you. You know, and this person, how they saw you changes very quickly. And I don't feel like they saw it coming. You know, they didn't expect to get or to see what they're seeing. You know, Geminis are so intelligent. And like that they're so intelligent, and it's almost like they have this thirst for knowledge. And I mean, even in my experiences, the Geminis I know, they're always soaking up knowledge. And like I said, sometimes looks can be deceiving, and usually with Gemini, it is. But like I said, what this person wasn't expecting was to have this sort of connection. And I mean, I feel like this person falling fast and hard for you, Gemini. You know, they just feel comfortable with you, which is another thing about Gemini, is that, you know, if a Gemini likes you, you can get very comfortable, you know. I mean, we have this lover, so like lover's card. So like I said, it may start off in a friendship, and that's not where they expected this to start off. But they found a friend, you know, a new best friend, because I feel like it's much deeper than just a friendship, but it leads to something even deeper than that. You know, this person very quickly knows exactly what they want, and it's changed dramatically from when they first met. You know, from the moment they meet you, from that first conversation, I feel like their whole world kind of got flipped upside down. You know, they find it hard to believe that it's all in one place, everything they wanted. I mean, I feel like you inspire this person with your honesty, with your intelligence. You inspire this person, you challenge this person, and with all that, it opens them up. You know, those walls come down. I feel like we all kind of go on a search until we find that person that kind of completes us in a way. I mean, I feel like the right people get the right things from us. I mean, I see this huge transformation in this person, and I see this awakening. You really change this person, and I kind of unintentionally. You know, I don't feel like you really did much to do this, but I feel like it's just you being you. Like I said, it's a huge transformation with the Death card. We got that judgment. This awakening of this person finding balance with you. You know, with that Temperance, that Sagittarius energy. Like I said, with the Hangman, seeing things differently. And all this person wants to do is, I feel like this really nurturing energy from this person. This person found something special. It's like finding you know, it kind of reminds me of that movie. I don't know if you've ever seen it. I can't even remember what it's called. It's about this guy that finds this big giant nugget of gold. Him and this other guy, and he stays there, and it's like in the desert or something. Zac Efron's in it. Gold, maybe it's called. So he's like protecting it. But like, you know, when you find something, and it's not just about finding something special in that person, it's finding someone that brings something in you that you didn't even know you had, or was hidden so far away that you haven't seen in a long time. I see a lot of huge changes in this person. And permanent changes at that. I mean, I don't see this person going back. Like I said, they came in thinking they were just gonna, you know, get what they want and get out, and that's not the case. I mean, we have the Nine of Cups. They're quite happy with being in, and not wanting to get out. So I feel like their whole, I mean, like I said, I don't know what the fuck you did to this person. Excuse the language, but They thought they were coming in for a snack, and now they want to stay for Christmas dinner. I just feel like there's like they underestimated you. Like someone that looks that good can't have all these other parts, but yet you do. Like I said, I mean, I see an incredible friendship, first and foremost. You know, I feel like it's mutually beneficial. You know, I feel like you're getting something from this person as well. And like I said, I mean, just a mirroring of energies here. Like I said, very nurturing, very open, very honest, very direct. You know, you unintentionally broke down these walls that this person had up. Now, we'll talk about that in a minute. But like I said, this huge awakening, I mean, it's huge. I mean, I can't put it any other way. Like I said, we had the death card, and then we had, you know, that huge transformation, the rebirth, and the judgment. You know, rethinking everything they ever knew. I mean, you really have this person going in their head. You know, it's hard to believe that somebody can be physically attractive to us. Like to, you know, it's like when you find a person to you that you consider a 10, if we're going to grade them, and you assume that, okay, well, their intelligence is going to be a 4, they're a 10, so we're going to, you know, and, you know, given all these different ranks, so we'll average it out at a 6 or a 7. What they weren't expecting is they came in when you were a 9. Now they see you as a 10, you know, and the rest is a 10. I mean, you're topping the boards for this person. I don't know if I explained that properly. It sounded great in my head. But like I said, I mean, not only is this person getting a peek behind the curtain of you, I feel like you're getting to see a little peek yourself. And that curtain just keeps getting pulled more and more over, so there's more visible. Like a lot of emotional fulfillment, you know, a deep friendship, very intense energy. I mean, it's like you call this person out on their shit, and they love it. Like they might even act like they don't love it, but they do. They love it, and they keep coming back. With this person, we have Gemini, we have Aquarius, we have some Cancer, Scorpio. Get some Libra in there as well. I'm going to throw that in there because, I mean, we are. We also have Sagittarius. I'm feeling some Taurus, so we're going to throw that in. Like I was getting a Taurus vibe. I just think it's funny. You know, it's... I'm going to make a terrible analogy. It's like finding this really beautiful car. You know, it's the best looking car you've ever seen in your life. And you're thinking, okay, well, it's either going to be really slow or the interior is going to be uncomfortable or, you know, and then you sit in it and it's super comfortable. You're like, okay, you know, it looks good, super comfortable. You're like, oh, well, it's going to be slow. It's not going to be, You know, it's gonna whatever. And then it goes super fast, and then you're like, okay, well, it's gonna have bad gas mileage or something. There's gotta be something. There's gotta be a downfall. And every time you look, you can't find something. All you do is find something that you like even more. I laugh because this person got. First of all, you're not gonna pull one over on a Gemini. You know, you're not gonna outsmart a Gemini. You're lucky if you can keep up. Well, like I said, to certain people, Geminis have this allure. I mean, my partner, she's a Gemini. My best friend's a Gemini. Growing up, honestly, my celebrity crush was Leah Remini. I don't know how to say it. But you know her from probably King of Queens, but I remember her from Saved by the Bell. Oddly enough, I find out she's a Gemini. Angelina Jolie, you know, she was always very attractive, very, just kind of draw you in. Kind of a gypsy vibe. Come to find out, she's a Gemini. So, I mean, I guess I'm just one of those people. And Geminis aren't for everybody. They really aren't. Because Geminis, it's not easy. But take it from me, it's absolutely worth it. You know? I always call it an emotional, or it's like you're dating two people. You know, it's like an emotional three-way. It's never boring, I'll tell you that. But yeah, I just did a video, actually, The Truth About Geminis. If you haven't seen it, check it out. If you're into a Gemini, or, you know, you're with a Gemini, it might give you some insight. It's just a broad, I mean, you're not going to put the entirety of a Gemini in a 30-minute video. But I touched on some of the bases from my knowledge. And like I said, it's there's so much more to it. I could probably spend days making videos about Geminis. But that was my first one I'm doing on every sign. I think I'm going to put Virgos up tomorrow. But if you haven't checked it out, you're into a Gemini, you want a little bit of a cheat sheet, check it out. I'd say for Geminis to check it out, but you know yourself. You can tell me if I'm wrong or not, but maybe give me some tips in the below what I missed, and maybe I'll get it in part 2. Anyway, be good. Take care. Stay safe.